Hello students, today I am going to discuss about free electron theory. In this free electron theory we have properties of metal, thermal conductivity as well as electric conductivity and the failure of this free electron theory. Here metal exhibits so many properties like electric conductivity, thermal conductivity, thermoelectricity and photoelectric effect. These all properties are explained by using this free electron theory. So that's why this free electron theory is very important to study the electric conductivity and thermal conductivity here. So what are the properties metal shows? First one is the high electric and thermal conductivity. High thermal as well as electric conductivity. Second, at the steady state, it will obey Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? The potential difference is directly proportional to I. So it is also written as V is equal to I into V is potential difference, I is current, R is resistivity. So at steady state, these metals are obeys Ohm's law. That Ohm's law is nothing but the potential difference is directly proportional to current flowing through that metal. So V is directly proportional to I. That is V is equal to I into R. Third one, resistivity at debate temperature, the resistivity is directly proportional to absolute temperature. At debate temperature, resistivity is directly proportional to absolute temperature, that is rho is directly proportional to T. And fourth one, the resistivity is directly proportional to fifth power of absolute temperature. Resistivity is directly proportional to fifth power of the absolute temperature, but when it is, the condition is at low temperature. So at low temperature, resistivity of metal is directly proportional to fifth power of absolute temperature. So that is at low temperature only that the condition. At that condition only this property will apply, that is rho is directly proportional to T power 5. Next property, fifth one, the resistivity is inversely proportional to our pressure P. Resistivity is inversely proportional to pressure P. These all are the properties. The next thing is electric conductivity. Consider here on metal rod. This is a metal rod and its length is L. A is the area of cross section and V is the potential difference across the two ends. Then the force between two electrons is given by F is equal to minus E into E. Here E is electric field. Consider it as equation number 1. We know that according to Newton's second law, force is equal to M into A. What is acceleration? The acceleration is equal to square x divided by dt square is equal. Then can I write f is equal to m into d square x divided by dt square? It is equation number 1. Equate equation 1 and 2. At that time what you get? M into d square x divided by dt square is equal to, what is this? Minus e into e. Next, d square x divided by dt square is equal to, d square x divided by dt square is equal to, this m will come this side, at that time we will get minus e divided by m. Integrate above equation, this equation integrate, so d square x divided by dt square is equal to integration of minus e divided by m. So integration will get dx by dt is equal to, dx by dt is equal to integration of this term, what will be? Minus e divided by m into t plus c. Is it? Next, because here dt into dt. So once if you get these things, put x is equal to 0, at that time d is equal to 0 and c is equal to 0. At that time we will get dx by dt is equal to minus e divided by m into, its equation number 3. Next, mean free path, that is lambda. Mean free path, that is lambda. What is mean free path? The mean free path is nothing but the distance between successive collision. That is nothing but the mean free path. At the mean free path, what is the time interval? The time interval is given lambda divided by u. U is the velocity of the electrons and lambda is the wavelength. Sorry, not wavelength, the mean free path, and tau is the time interval. Once we got this thing, it is equation number 4. The velocity in terms of time interval, at a time interval when the successive collision happen, that is given by dx divided by dt is equal to 1 by tau integration from 0 to tau minus e divided by m into t into dt. Is it? So dx by dt is equal to 1 by tau, take minus outside, and here constant e divided by m remains same. The integration of t is t square divided by 2 interval 0 to tau. So dx divided by dt is equal to minus 1 by tau into e divided by m into, put the upper limit, that is tau square divided by 2, lower limit is 0, it will become 0. So this 1 tau and here 1 tau is get cancelled, remaining dx by dt is equal to what? Minus e divided by m into tau by 2. It is equation number 5. Listen one more time here. Electric conductivity. Consider one metal rod in that metal rod electric current will be passing. So potential difference if V, area of cross section of that metal is A and L is the length. So the electron means force between two electrons F is equal to minus E into E. So E is equal to electric field. We know that according to Newton's second law, F is equal to M into A. F is equal to M into d square x by dt square, because d square x by dt square is nothing but acceleration only. Equate 1 and 2. It is equation 1 and it is equation number 2. Equate M into d square x by dt square is equal to minus E into E. Next, integrate both sides. We will get d square x by dt square is equal to integration minus E into E divided by M into dt. Dx by dt is equal to minus E into E M into t plus C is the integration constant. When x is equal to 0, t is equal to 0 at that time, C also 0. So dx by dt is equal to minus E into E divided by M into t. We will get equation number 3. And mean free path nothing but the distance between successive collision, nothing but mean free path, that is lambda. At that time the time interval tau is equal to lambda divided by u. Lambda is mean free path and u is the velocity. Velocity in that successive collision interval of time, dx by dt is equal to 1 by tau integration 0 to tau minus E into E divided by M into t dt. By simplification, we will get dx by dt is equal to minus E into E divided by M into tau by 2. It is equation number 5. We know that I is current density. The current density is given by minus N into E into dx by dt. So here dx by dt, what is dx by dt? Equation 5. Dx by dt is equal to minus E into E divided by M into tau by 2. So put that here, minus N into E. What is there? That is minus E divided by M into tau divided by 2. Multiply those two, minus get plus N E into E square capital E divided by M into tau by 2. And we know that tau is equal to lambda divided by u. So put here tau is equal to, we know that lambda divided by u. Put here that time I is equal to N E square E divided by M into lambda divided by 2 into E. Easy. Next step, multiply and divide by u. Multiply and divide by u. That time we get I is equal to N E square E divided by M into lambda u divided by 2 u square. Is it? This is equation number 6. And also we know that kinetic energy is equal to 1 by m u square. That is also is equal to 3 by 2 k into t. So 2 to get cancelled, m u square is equal to 3 into kt. Then here I is equal to, what do you get? N e square e divided by, that is m into u square, that is 3 kt. So 3 into 2, 6 k into t into lambda. I is equal to n e square e into lambda divided by 6k into t. This is equation number 7. We know that I current density is equal to sigma into E. Sigma into E. Then this equation becomes sigma E is equal to n e square e into lambda divided by 6 kT. This E and this E get cancelled. The remaining term, just a minute. Remaining term, that is sigma is equal to n E square lambda divided by 6 kT. This is the equation for electric conductivity. Point is thermal conductivity. Here thermal is there. Thermal means nothing but heat or temperature. Consider two plates, one is E and one is F, and temperature at E is T1 and temperature at F is T2. And here what happened? What is mean by heat here? Heat, I am telling heat here. What is heat? Heat is nothing but it is a form of energy. It can transfer one body to another body. When it will transfer? At the time the temperatures are varies from body to body. Suppose consider here 35 degrees Celsius is there. Here 40 is there. To maintain equilibrium state, from F to E some heat will be transferred. Similarly, here what happened? The heat transfer from E to F. Heat transfer from E to F, that is E1 is equal to 1 by 6 into N into U into 1 by 2 M U1 square. Here what is 1 by 6 N into U? The number of electrons per unit area in unit time. Per unit area in unit time, that is 1 by 6 N into U, number of electrons will be there. And 1 by 2 M U1 square is nothing but 1 by 2 M U1 square is the energy of each electron. Then E1 is equal to, that is 1 by 6 N into U, 1 by 2 M U1 square. We know that 1 by 2 M U square is equal to 3 by 2 K into T. Then here E1 becomes 1 by 6 N into U, that is 3 by 2 K into T1. So because temperature is T1, here I taken T1. Then E1 is equal to 3 ones are 3 2s will get 1 by 4 N U K into T1. It is equation number 1. Similarly, the heat transfer from F to E. In this case, F to E, heat will be transferred. That time energy E2 is given by, similarly here 1 by 4 N U K into equation number 2, because here T2 temperature is there. Is it? Then the total energy is given by E is equal to E1 minus E2. E1 minus E2. Then what will you get? E is equal to, what is E1? That is 1 by 4 N U K. Here also 1 by 4 N U K is common, remaining the E1 minus E2. This is equation number 3. If K is the coefficient of thermal conductivity, then E is equal to K into T1 minus T2 divided by T1. T2 divided by 2 into lambda. That is equation number 4. Is it? Equate equation 3 and 4. K into T1 minus T2 divided by 2 lambda is equal to what will get? 1 by 4 n u k into T1 minus T2. T1 minus this T1 minus T2, T1 minus T2 get cancelled. It's 2, 2. K is equal to 1 by 2 n u into small. This is the thermal conductivity. Widman forms relation. What is Widman forms relation? It is the ratio of electric thermal conductivity to the electric conductivity. That is equal to 1 by 2 lambda n u k divided by n e square lambda u divided by 6 into k into t. That is equal to 3 k divided by whole power 2 into t. That is L into t. L is the Lorentz number, and it is also explained k means this ratio thermal conductivity to the electric conductivity is directly proportional to the temperature. Once if it is over, the next thing is failure of free electron theory. This free electron theory is well explained. That is electric conductivity, thermal conductivity, these all property. This free electron theory is explained briefly, but in some other property this theory didn't explain. So what are those? I will tell here. This theory is not explained why some solids have more free electron than those shows more conductivity. Means some solids have more free electron. Those solids are shows good conductor, but hardly some free electrons are present in some solid. Those are insulators. These properties this theory doesn't explain. So next thing is it does not explain properties of semiconductor. Semiconductor property by using free electron theory, it fails to explain that semiconductor property. Next thing, it does not explain why tri and divalent materials are not good conductors, but monovalent materials are good conductors. But it didn't explain why only tri and divalent materials are not good conductor, but it does, and also it does not explain why monovalent materials are good conductors. And also it is fails to explain the shape of the Fermi surface is spherical. According to the theory, Fermi surface is sphere, but here according to this theory it shows non-spherical. So these all are the failures of this free electron theory. It is all about the first part in this chapter, free electron theory. Thank you so much.